All right, guys. I'm gonna make this real short and simple. Let's go over the list of stuff that you're gonna need. First thing up is you're gonna need a drill bit, a long one. Second thing, you're gonna need some wire. Third thing, a drill. Make sure it's charged up. uh, and the fourth thing we're gonna need is something to connect these things together, right? So what I'm using here, and you don't specifically have to use one of these, but this is what I'm using. This is an XT90, and it can handle, I'll probably say about 60 amps. I'm not gonna push it, but we're gonna be using it for something low powered. So we're gonna be pushing about 10 amps, and that's all we really need. But this is going to connect to the wire outside, connected to my solar panel. It's a 100-watt solar panel, and on the other end, we have one of these. So this is outside. This is coming from inside, this one here. So, you connect those together, and boom, you got a nice solid connection. And as far as water, I would probably put some hot glue or something in there, or tape this up. But what I do like to do is use heat shrink. You know what I mean? Hey, Arlo, chill out with the bottle back there, bro. Jesus. But yeah, let's get into it, guys. I'm gonna do a lot of stuff off camera just to make this video short and simple, and so you guys can get the gist of it. All right. So next thing we're gonna do is drill a hole in the wall. So let's get to it. All right, guys. Now, before you drill this hole, you gotta make sure that this is where you want the hole. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to be drilling a hole and having to be filling holes. You don't want to see a bunch of holes in your baseboard. So basically, I am doing this hole in my bedroom. So I'm drilling a hole through the baseboard to the outside. So let's get to drilling. Oh, one more thing. I don't know if you would have a layout of your wiring, but just make sure you don't hit any wires while you're doing this. And you don't want to do that. That'd be bad. So let's get through this wall. Drill bit's kind of dull. Hopefully I can get through. I think we're through. Ah! Yep, I think we're through, guys. And just to make sure you're through, send it a ways. Send it a little ways more. That's guaranteed we're through. All right. Now the next step is what I'm going to do is I'm going to go outside and run the wire in here. All right. All right, guys. One thing I forgot to mention is what you're going to need is a soldering iron. If you don't have a soldering iron, I suggest you go out and get one right now because you're missing out. You definitely need a soldering iron. Any person living should know how to solder, if you know what I mean. All right, so I got my heat shrink here. I got one bigger to cover the connector, and I got one smaller to go over the bigger one, so it looks better, So first thing you want to do, well, I mean, if you haven't soldered, this ain't a lesson on soldering. This is on how to get power in your house, right? So this is bonus footage. So first thing you want to do, guys, soldering is pretty easy. Pretty damn easy. And I forgot already what side. Okay, so yeah, we're soldering on this side, right? So positive is going to be this side. That's going to be negative. All right, so the first thing you want to do, make sure your soldering iron's on. It looks like we got to wait. So let's pause this. Let it heat up. All right, guys, soldering iron's all heated up. The next step is to, and you notice I got these helping hands. These things actually do help, guys. So I recommend getting a set. Not a set. I recommend getting this too. You can find this in a link in the description. Everything you can find in the description. All right, let's get that in position. All right. And let's solder these bad boys in. More solder. Right? Add a little bit more solder to that thing. Because these are big connectors, man. These are supposed to be able to handle other amperages, you know. Let's add some more here. And we're going to do the same process. And then we're going to take these wires outside. And, you know, I could have did it like that. Let's do it like that. Let's just fill her in. Fill her all in. And this wire isn't connected to electricity, so that's why you see me doing it like this. All right? All right. Let it cool off, because that bad boy get hot. All right, got that connected. This is going outside. So when I run this wire, I'm running it from outside back in. And the only reason why I'm doing it like that, because I don't want to have to solder something outside. You know, it's pointless. But this is going to come from outside into the house, and then I'll solder an XT60 on this end. So let's get to it. Oh, I forgot to heat shrink this thing. So let's do that. 200 degrees Celsius. I want to go up to about 250 so it'll melt real good. And why I do this, guys. Alright, so let's heat it up. You want to heat it up all the way around like 360 at one time. You know what I mean? Because doing one side is pointless. So you heat it up, keep turning and flipping so it equally shrinks, right? Alright. Show you why I did a bigger to smaller one. Alright. Only reason why I did it like that is because this will slide over this and close up that hole. You see that hole there? It'll close up that hole. You slide it inside just like that, and boom, that looks even better. So let's heat that one up. Get that nice and shrunken. And it just makes it so much more neater, you know? It just makes it look good. It just makes it look more professional. You know what I mean? Alright. Got that all heated. Let's go shove it through the wall. Alright, guys. Here we are on the outside of the house. And what you're going to want to do is just pull this sucker out if you can. And if you're lucky, you can see some light through there. No light. What I like to do is I like to try to fish the wire through first. Straighten it out real nice, right? If you're lucky, it'll get through there. It'll get right through there and get through the hole. Alright, fish it through. It might be just filling up on the house, right? It doesn't feel like it. So let's go back inside and see where we're at. Let's get some light on there. We definitely didn't make the wire through. So let me show you the proper way to do it. Guys, the proper way to do this is to get something smaller than the actual hole you drilled, right? You stick it through the hole to the other side. Right? So right now it's outside, right? And that's where we're going. So what we're going to do is tape that wire to this and then pull it in. Just, you know what I mean? So let's go do that. Alright guys, we're outside. I taped the wire to it. You're going to want to tape it in line. Don't tape it to the side or nothing like that. Don't bend it over to hold the wire. Just tape it in line with the smaller wire diameter that you got to pull it inside. So what you do is you get it past the threshold, right? Right? Get it right past the threshold. And then we go inside and pull it in. Alright guys, we're back inside. Ready to pull this sucker in. Alright? So take it easy at first. Take it easy. You don't want to snatch the wire loose. All right, look at that. Simple, right? Who'd have thought? All right, so now we put an XT60 connector on here. All right, guys, we're back in the house, and we're gonna wire up this XT60 connector to the wire that's coming from outside. So we're just gonna do the same method. Our soldering iron's already hot. Let's get some solder on these wires. That'll do. And that'll do. Let's make this real simple for us, you know? So let's just run it back like that. You're gonna want to match up how we want these wires to be, right? These almost dropped the camera. These XT60s, these ends actually turn, right? So we're gonna turn them to the orientation we want to solder. So positive on that side. Let's turn it around without damaging it. Just like that, right? Bring your soldering iron. Oh, let's not forget the sheath. Put that sheath on there first. That sheath makes the connector look better, you know? It is what it is. All right, so let's make sure we got. So we're gonna do this positive, this side positive, this side negative, right? Solder that in. Just drop it on in there, and let it go. See that? Real simple, right, guys? It get a little tricky doing the other side, but that's what you got two hands for. First, you get it in there like that, and then drop that heat on it. Drop that heat on in there. Oh, we're having a little issue here. Hold on. I think the wire's a bit too long. All right, that's good enough. Let it solidify. Slap that connector on there. I mean that sheath. And to cover if there's people out there like me, right? I'm sure you don't like to see naked wires like this. And this XT60 is built to fit. This sheath here is built to fit a 10 gauge wire. The wire itself will be 10 gauge inside, but the outside silicone actually fits inside of these holes. See that? That's how I do it. But what I like to do is cover it up with heat shrink. Real simple. And all you need is one size for this. Oh, you know what? I screwed up. I definitely screwed up. I think I did. I think I screwed up. Or did I? No, I didn't screw up. All right, so yeah, we're good. I think I have a smaller diameter size. I might have to disconnect this. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Yeah, I do. I do have a smaller diameter size. So we're gonna have to disconnect this again, desolder it, and put this on there as well because I like it to be nice and tight. So let's take that off. Take the sheath off. Heater back up. We might have to dab a little bit more solder on it because it was acting kind of funny. Dab a little bit more solder. Right. Let's adjust this. Dab a little bit more and then hit it with the heat. And I don't know, we're not going to be able to get it out. Not like that anyway. Let's do this side first. Okay, we got that side out, right? And we got that side out. All right, take the sheath off. And we're just gonna cut off a smaller diameter. I think this is this the same one? No, it's different. It's different. All right, so yeah, let's get a little piece of that. Get one of them. I think that'll do right there. Right? Cut that without cutting yourself. Put that on there. Just like that, right? Yeah, you'll run into mistakes. Not everyone's perfect. All right, so let's get that back in place. Get that sheath on there. Solder this bad boy back on. Right? Real easy. Should be easy now, right? Get it hot again. And boom, we're back in there. Let it set until it solidifies. And then move on to the next one. Same thing. That was pretty easy, right? Did that real quick. Alright, if you run into an issue where one side sticks out further, just snip a little bit off. We're going to do it like this here. And I like using these because they just cut through anything. Snip a little bit off. Right? That way, if you look at that, it fits a little bit better, you know? So, stab a little bit more solder. Stab a little bit more solder on the negative connection. All right? And then tack that in there. Now that is a good solder joint. Not the positive side isn't good, but that one looks better. All right, so put the sheath back on. Boom. Slide this heat shrink on there. All right. And then we do this. We repeat the same process that we did with the other big connector on the outside, right? Heat it up. Just so those bare wires aren't showing. Nobody likes to see bare wires, I'm pretty sure. It just looks dangerous, doesn't it? Shrink it all. Shrink the whole thing. Alright. Now, I don't like that little gap in there. Can you see that little gap? It don't shrink all the way down. So, that's what this smaller diameter shrink is for. Do it like that. I guess I should put it back further. How should I do it? I don't know. Midway? Yeah, let's do it midway like that. Let's do it midway like that. Shrink that bad boy on there. I just like the way it looks. Even though we're in the inside of the house, there's no way it'll get wet and stuff like that. I just like the way this looks. Alright. Now, look at that. Looks good, right? Looks professional. Alright, so let's plug this sucker in. Oh, you know what? We gotta go plug the solar panel in. So let's go do that. Alright guys, we back outside. Got our cord tangled up. Yep. Alright. We got our cord there. Plug it into our external power. You're gonna want to do it like that. That old extension cord trick. Alright, now see how much cord we got here. Alright, goes over here to the solar panel. And this solar panel is a 100 watt solar panel. It only puts out about 5 and some change amps. And on a day like this, you know, it's not all that great, so I don't expect to pull in a lot of juice. So let's just go back inside, plug her in, see how much juice we get. Alright, we back inside. I want to check the voltage to make sure I didn't hook the wires up wrong. So this side is negative, this side here, and then this side is positive. See what we get. And it's correct. The solar panel is pulling in that right now, 21.99. So it is correct. Alright. Now what we want to do, I'm currently hooked up to house power. Alright. Remember, if you didn't check out my previous video, the link will be in the description on what I got going on here. So this is solar power input / whatever I want to plug in there. So I got an HP laptop charger here, 120 watts, right? Puts out 19 volts. Where is 19 volts? Where is it at? It doesn't say. Where is it at? It doesn't say where's the input there. Okay, there it is. There it is. Puts in 19.5 volts, 6.15 amps. And I got it set right now to charge. Let's see if you can see that. At 6 amps. And it's been charging for a little bit. About, I would say, some hours. But, you know, I do have a 145 amp hour battery inside this bad boy. But yeah, let's plug her in from the outside and see what we get. It turned on, and it's only charging at 660 milliamps. That's it. That's all we're getting on this bad, terrible day. That's it. But, you know, get power in your house. This is what we're doing. This is exactly what we're doing. Solar power in. This is connected directly to the 12-volt battery. This is going connected to the controller, the charger. It's actually a buck converter. If you checked out my previous videos, you would know that. But this is what we're using. And let's see if we can power up some stuff. Alright guys, let's power something up. We're going to plug directly into the battery with this little inverter I got. Let's plug in. Alright, you remember I said I was going to install some USB ports here? I said, nah, fuck that. I'm not going to do that. I already had this made here, right? I made this out of some plastic and stuff like that. But the special part about this is that on the inside here, I wired up 2 3.0 quick chargers. So this is actually fast charger, right? So I got it wired here to the terminal. Let's power that on as well. Let's move this to the side. All right. And like I said, we're just hooked up to the to this that's coming from outside, and we got juice in the battery, so we're actually powering stuff. All right, so the first thing I want to charge up is this old Samsung phone I got here. We're at 68%. So let me find the charger. Here it is. Let's plug her in. Is that the right way? Yeah. Alright, she's plugged in. And show you guys, it actually quick charges. Let's see what it says. Charging. It says fast charging. You like that, right? Yeah. Alright, so we got our phone charging up. Now imagine, we have 5 amps coming in. Imagine if we have 5 amps coming in from the solar power, right? That's maximum power from that solar panel, right?
we could power other stuff as well. So, as long as you keep your power consumption down, your batteries will never drain that much. You know what I mean? If there's solar power coming in, you're basically using solar power at that time. But you're gonna definitely need a battery bank. You can't just, I mean, you could use solar, but once the sun go down, you got no power. You got this little 120 watt inverter plugged directly into the battery. It has its own fuse. I got that wired up and all that good stuff, right? Turn her on. Turn back green, baby. All right, it's turning back green, right? All right, so let's plug in my laptop. Let's plug this laptop in and turn it on. Let's see. Laptop plugged in. Light's still green. Boom. All right, everything's good. Everything's good. We're still charging the phone as well. Yep, that dirty old phone. Still charging up. Still says fast charging. 44 minutes. All right, so got the laptop plugged in. Let's power it on, huh? Look at that. Yeah. Make sure that doesn't die. It's got a little fan in there too. I rewired this thing too. I like to make stuff better. So I rewired this thing there because AC wires were like super thin. So I put some 16 gauge wire on there. No. 18 gauge. It's actually 18 gauge wire. So yeah. Got everything powered up here, man. Laptop's working. Power that thing up. Let's put that password in. Yo, if any of you guys could get my password, I'll send you $20. You only get one chance. I'll send you $20 via Cash App if you could guess my password. All right, let's see. Yeah, that's right. That's correct. All right, so that's working, guys. That's definitely working. You know what I mean? Powering up by this little thing here. We got more external things to plug in. We're doing good. So, I don't know what you guys are doing, but this is what I'm doing. And don't forget to check out the video on how I made this thing. I made this thing, guys. I actually made this thing. That will be in the link in the description or at the end of this video. If you watch it to the end, you won't have to search the description. Appreciate all you guys that are watching and like this kind of stuff. And let me show you some other stuff. I got accessories. Definitely got accessories. Inside my workshop, I'm actually using a multi-socket like these for my solar, right? So this end plugs in to the solar thing, right? Plugs in right there, and then this end plugs into the multi-socket where positive and negative is coming out at. And I have a multi-socket inside my workshop. That'll be my next video because I do have to reorganize that stuff. And that's it, guys. So if you're trying to get solar power cheap in your house, this is the way to do it. If you're gonna do it, you gotta do it in style. Don't have no lead acid battery sitting on your floor. But if that's all you got, be my guest. But anyway, this is what I got going on. Check out the links in the description. Like, subscribe, comment, do all that good stuff for me because I'm gonna need it. And I appreciate all the watchers out there. And you guys have a nice day. Check y'all later. Peace. Oh, I almost forgot. The bus doesn't stop there, guys. So if I need to power, let's say, this big ass TV right here, or my stereo system, then That's where I pull out the big boy. And this is all I'm using. This is it. I want to power stuff up. That's what I use. So I'm about to cut the electricity off. I don't need no electricity. All I need to do is power this room. No, I'm just joking. But I'm out. I'm out this time for real, guys. Peace. Alright, guys. This is the last time. I promise I'm leaving this time. This is my next project. This is a water cooler / water heater. Got that heater thing down here covered in that foam. Got our compressor. Got our condenser. She's pretty dirty, but she works. She gets real cold. And then we have our evaporator here. I'm going to make this into a mini split air conditioner. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if it puts out enough BTU juice or whatever, but I will attempt to make this a mini split. So if you guys want to see that, comment in the comment section that you want to see me build this, and we'll get to it real fast because I got a lot of old AC parts that I could use and stuff like that. And I'm out. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't lie or nothing. But one thing I really did forget is cleaning up your shit. So, let's clean your shit up. Remember, always remember, that cleansiness is next to godliness. I'll check you guys later.